Hey, how's going guys? You are watching Free Cloud Gaming YouTube channel, and today in this video I am going to show you top 5 realistic games for low-end PCs. All the above 5 games can run on a computer with at least 4 GB of RAM installed, and a 512 MB graphics card. So now let's get started. On number 5 spot we have Metal Gear Rising, Reveangence. Metal Gear Rising, Reveangence is a 2013 action-adventure hack-and-slash video game developed by Platinum Games and published by Konami Digital Entertainment. Players assume control of Raiden, a katana-wielding cyborg. The player can alter Raiden's appearance through alternative skins. Rising is action-oriented, focusing on sword fighting and a sophisticated cutting system to fight and defeat enemies. Although Raiden's main weapon is his high-frequency blade, he isn't restricted to just that, as he can use other replacement blades, sub-weapons or secondary weapons. Raiden can wield sub-weapons such as 2 kinds of rocket launchers, 4 kinds of grenades, the iconic cardboard box, and a 3D photo frame. Otherwise, secondary weapons can only be obtained after defeating the game's bosses. The game's cutting system allows players to engage in melee combat, as well as to precisely slash enemies and objects at will along a geometrical plane using the free slicing blade mode. These features can be employed strategically, for example disabling opponents, finding weak points and gaps in armor, severing support columns to collapse ceilings or walls onto enemies, deflecting enemy fire, or cutting through objects to remove enemy cover. Throughout the story the player obtains the Ripper mode, a state which enhances Raiden's power for a limited time, facilitating the use of blade mode. So definitely worth a try. On number 4 spot we have Batman, Arkham Origins. Batman, Arkham Origins is a 2013 action-adventure game developed by WB Games Montreal and published by Warner Bros. The game is played from a third-person perspective, focusing on Batman's combat and stealth abilities, detective skills and gadgets for combat and exploration. Batman can freely move around the open world of Gotham City, interacting with characters and undertaking missions. Aside from the main story, Batman can help the police deal with crimes and confront other supervillains terrorizing the city. Batman can use his cape to glide around Gotham City and the grapnel gun's retracting rope to attach to hard-to-reach ledges and extend his flight. Returning gadgets include the cryptographic sequencer, used to hack security consoles, the Batclaw, used for hooking onto surfaces, the Batarang, a throwing weapon, the remote Batarang, explosive gel, smoke pellets, that disruptor and the grapnel accelerator. So definitely worth a try. On number 3 spot we have Splinter Cell, Blacklist. Splinter Cell, Blacklist is an action-adventure stealth video game developed by Ubisoft Toronto and published by Ubisoft. In Blacklist, players assume control of series protagonist Sam Fisher as he seeks to stop a terrorist group called the Engineers. The gameplay emphasizes stealth, and utilizes the third-person perspective. During the game the player can run, crouch and leap over obstacles. The game combines action and stealth, and allows players to use different approaches and methods to complete objectives and defeat enemies. Players can complete levels without being noticed by any enemy by methods such as taking cover or scaling ledges. If the player chooses to kill enemies, other enemies are alerted when they see their companions' dead bodies. To avoid this, players can hide corpses. Fisher can also create a strategically advantageous dark environment by destroying nearby lights, and is equipped with customizable night vision and sonar goggles to detect enemies in darkness and see through walls. He also has the Tri-Rotor, a compact surveillance drone which can spy on enemies, create distractions, give electric shocks, and self-destruct to kill enemies. Players can interact with environmental objects, such as ledges and zip lines, to navigate levels. So definitely worth a try. On number 2 spot we have The Evil Within. The Evil Within is a third-person survival horror video game developed by Tango Gameworks and published by Bethesda Softworks. The game is played from a third-person perspective in which scavenging for supplies and learning when to fight or run are key factors in surviving the dangers of the game. Such dangers include bear traps, barbed wire traps, bombs, and spike traps. Sebastian Castellanos, the protagonist, needs to make use of the environment and things she may find in order to survive. Castellanos must use medical items to restore health. By collecting vials of green gel hidden throughout the game, players can upgrade Castellanos' abilities. More ammunition, extra stamina, and additional health are some of the upgrades. Players have a safe house called Safe Haven that can be accessed by finding mirrors. The safe house is a mental hospital and has several accessible areas such as an upgrade room, where the player may upgrade Sebastian's skills. The player has access to various weapons such as a revolver, shotgun, sniper rifle, knife, grenades, and the Agony crossbow, a projectile weapon that fires bolts capable of freezing, blinding, electrocuting, or exploding enemies. Melee combat is designed only to create distance between the player and enemies, although the player can instantly kill some unaware enemies after sneaking behind them. Enemies that are downed or incapacitated are capable of reviving. To avoid this, players may set fire to the downed enemy using a limited supply of matches to permanently defeat them. So definitely worth a try. On number 1 spot we have Hitman, Absolution. Hitman, Absolution is a 2012 stealth video game developed by IO Interactive and published by Square Enix's European subsidiary. Hitman, Absolution is a stealth game in which the player assumes the role of a hitman named Agent 47. Presented from a third-person perspective, the gameplay centers around completing set objectives within a series of levels. Objectives can range from simply reaching the end of the level, to eliminating specific individuals. The players choose how to complete each level, taking branching paths to get to a target or location. Players may use pistols, bottles or bricks, assault rifles, shotguns, fiber wire, or steel pipe against enemies if opting for the action-oriented approach, or avoid enemies altogether, not being seen, using disguises, blending into the environment, and only attacking the set targets, if using the stealth-oriented approach. Agent 47 also has the instinct ability that lets the player monitor enemies more easily. There are also environmental ways to kill or distract individuals. Players can use poison to spike coffee, pull switches to make a disco ball fall and break, cause a massive explosion at a gas station, pull a switch to cause scaffolding to fall down, cause fires, or set off fireworks. The player journeys to various locations, including a mansion, library, strip club, gun store, wrestling arena, courthouse, and hotel during the story. So definitely worth a try. So guys, thank you so much for watching. That's all for today's video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, stay home and stay safe, and take care of yourself. Bye.